Hi, my name is Daniel Kwan, and this is Bishop Montgomery High School Math Tutoring Club. And we're located in Torrance Boulevard, and I'm the president of this club. Today we're going to talk about 2011 AP Calculus BC free response question number 4. As given in the problem, in the function f, the portion of the graph 0 to 5, the area is 10, and from 5 to 10, the area is 27. And it is better to write down first to not get confused. And the arc length between 0 to 5 is 11, and arc length between 5 to 10 is 18. So, problem A. Find the average value of f on interval between 0 and 5. So, obviously, we have to use average value theorem. This is the formula. And for A, the reason why it is easy is because everything is given and we just need to plug in the numbers for the formula. So, 1 over b minus a. What is b and a? The given intervals between 0 and 5. So, b, 5 minus 0. That is easy. And b and a, which is again 5 and 0. F x dx. And while we're looking at it, some might ask, how can I solve this? However, when we read the question or the problem carefully, everything is given, which is 10. And the integral, it means the area, which is 10. So, 1 over 5, negative 10. And be careful with this, because it is below the x-axis, the area is below the x-axis, it has to be negative. Please do not make the mistake. So this will be negative 2. So the answer for number 4a will be negative 2. Part B. Evaluate integral from 0 to 10, 3f of x plus 2 dx. Show the computations that lead to your answer. Let's start. So this is the equation for the problem. And for this problem, it's better to take step by step. So let's divide this equation into 2, which will be 0 to 10, 3 goes in front, fx dx plus 0 to 10, 2 dx. And then the next step is, this is also confusing because it's 0 to 10 and one is negative and one is positive. So it would be better to have 3, divide again, 0 to 5, which is given information, fx dx plus 5 to 10, which is, again, f of x dx plus integral 0, 10 to dx. So, let's start. Now, because we divide into way simpler terms, everything is given. From 0 to 5, area of f of x is given, negative 10. Again, be careful about negatives. If it is below the x-axis, it is always negative. Plus, integrals from 5 to 10, which is again given, 27. 27. Plus, and then this. So this is easy because when we integrate 2, this will become 2x. And then when we multiply, I will write here, multiply 10 and 0, will become 20 minus 0, which is 20. And then let's just calculate this and everything is done. So I will just in case make it simpler for you, 17 plus 20, which will become 51 plus 20, and the final answer will be 71. So answer to the number 4, part B, is 71. It's better to take step by step and think which one should be divided or make it more simpler, which is 0 to 5, 5 to 10, given information. Part C. Part C says, let g of x equal to integral 5x ft dt. On what intervals, if any, is the graph of g both concave up and decreasing? Explain your reasoning. So, before we start, let's change this equation to differentiation. So if we differentiate g of x, it will become g prime x equal to, because we're differentiating the integral, this cancels out and becomes inside function, which is f of x. And now everything is easy. So this means this function, the given function, is also g prime x. And when a normal function is decreasing, that means its prime function is below the x-axis because it's less than 0. So we can write, because between the intervals 0 and 5, the g prime x is below the x-axis, we can say the graph of g is, I'll shorten it, decreasing on, like I said, because it's below the x-axis, 0, between 0 and 5. Because we have to explain the reasoning, like I said, because the value of g prime x is less than 0. Now the next part is, on what interval, if any, is graph of g concave up? For a function to be concave up, its prime function, which is g prime x, the slope of g prime x is increasing. That means interval 3 and 8, the slope of g prime x is increasing. So we can say the graph of g is concave up on, like I said, because the slope of g prime x is increasing between 3 and 8, it'll be 3x 8, because slope of g prime x greater than 0. However, we can restate this as, I'll just say or, g double prime x is greater than 0. This is because the slope of g prime x is equal to the value of g double prime x. That means it is equal, the slope of g prime x greater than 0 is equal to g double prime x is greater than 0. So whichever you put is correct. So the answer is, when we combine 0 and 5 and 3 and 8, it'll become 3 and 5. Thus, graph of g is both, I'll write like this, concave up and decreasing on, when we combine, it will become, like I said, 3x 5. Sorry. And this is your last answer, and to get the full points, you have to write all this reasoning because the problem asks for reasoning. Part D. Part D says, the function h is defined by h of x equal to 2f of x over 2. The derivative of h is h prime x equal to 8f prime of x over 2. Find the arc length of the graph of y equal to h of x from interval 0 to 20. So, because the question is asking for arc length, we have to use the formula of arc length, which is integral a to b square root 1 plus f prime x squared dx. So let's start plugging in. Integrals, because it is 0 to 20, square root 1 plus. Because this problem is about h of x, we'll substitute this as h prime x squared dx. And now, because we know h prime x, let's substitute to f prime x, which is, make it less confusing by doing this, f prime x over 2. And now your question might be, how can I differentiate this? Let's use u sub. Let u equal to x over 2. Then, if we differentiate this, this will become du equal to 1/2 dx. And because we cannot find 1/2 in this function, let's take this out too. By multiplying 2 on both sides, it will become 2 du dx. Now, let's substitute this u sub into this function, which will become 2 integral, and because the u is equal to x over 2, we have to divide this by 2 because the intervals are changing. And now 1 plus f prime x over 2, and because we switch to u, it will be f prime u, I'll say this, du. And now everything is finished. It says arc length of 0 to 10. What is arc length of 0 to 10? The answer is given. 11 and 18. So we can write 2 times interval 0 to 10 again. So 11 is from 0 to 5, and from 5 to 10 it is 18. So it will be 11 plus 18 equals to, I will write like this more clearly, equals to 229, which will become 58. So when you're solving the problem, try to solve it by algebraically. So after substituting all the given information, let's use u sub, which is equal to x over 2, which becomes 2 du dx. And then, after substituting all the information, it becomes this equation 2 times. Do not be scared by how can I solve this. However, think which information is given. Because it is 0 to 10 and the function is 0 to 10, and because this formula is arc length, let's use the given information, which is from 0 to 5. Arc length is 11. 11 plus, from 5 to 10, the arc length is 18, which is 18. Thus, the answer will be 58 if we calculate all the numbers. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you.